Wow, this is chunky gravel. So this ride really did have it all. Every kind of gravel, these beautiful country roads, climbs up to 20% gradients, really fast descents, just wonderful scenery all around. Not a single stoplight on this entire route, if you can believe that or not. So anyways, I don't think it's hyperbole to say that this might be the best ride I've ever done in Ohio. So yeah, it was pretty fun, pretty good, challenging, and like I said, beautiful. So the idea for this ride was the Yetis on the Loose group had done a 20-mile ride down here, and we wanted to go down and do it, and we looked up Scott, the organizer, Strava, and he also had a 36-mile route down here. So we decided to do that. So we drove down to Woolly Pig Farm Brewing, and that is in Fresno, Ohio. It's not far from Coshocton, which itself isn't a huge city, but maybe a more recognizable name to you. So pretty well centrally located to a bunch of big cities. If you're interested in trying this out, you absolutely should, in my opinion. But so Akron and Cleveland and Columbus and Pittsburgh, they are all, would be worth making this a day trip out here for if you're anywhere in the area. And you could also add on to this route if you wanted to. It seems like some of these roads would go on for a while and either bigger loops could be made. Anyway, so it was climbing right out of the gate, as you just saw. Right out of the brewery. We parked there at about noon and took off. And it wasn't long before we were onto the gravel roads and a couple country roads. I think this was about 85% gravel and dirt. So not a ton of pavement, usually only on paved roads when there was like parts that they were probably worried about it washing away too much, or just to cross over some bigger streets or to be on some busier roads for just like a second to get over to the gravel. And when I say busier, they weren't busy. We didn't see a lot of cars on this whole ride. So yeah, more tractors and motorcycles, dirt bikes than anything else. But yeah, some of the gravel then got really chunky really quick, as showed, but it was more like that, not that white traditional stone gravel, but like actual like rocky chunky stuff. Kind of unique. Then when we made a couple turns, we went onto a road that they were actually re-raking, I think might be the term, but kind of pulling up the gravel out of the dirt to get it back on the surface. These sections were really slow going, even if it was flat or downhill. It was just soft and slow. So I'm sure the road beds back in as it gets used a little more. But these are almost like dirt roads, and so really kind of cool because it's, these one-lane bridges and all this, and you're really off the beaten path. But it's a good thing the whole ride wasn't like that, because it would have taken forever. We already weren't crushing it on this ride. That wasn't our goal. We knew it was going to be really climby. The route profile actually showed it being 36 miles and 4,400 feet. So I think a bigger ratio than I would have ever done. My Wahoo at the end of the ride, though, showed I had 37 miles and over, I think, about 3,800 feet. So I think Ben and Aaron showed something a little different. But either way, it's going to be a climbing day. It's going to be that, ratio that people talk about, 1,000 feet for 10 miles. So definitely tiring. We took our time, because, again, we weren't trying to kill it. We weren't trying to kill ourselves. And want to take some photos and enjoy it. The GoPro always flattens things out. Any camera, with a wide angle does, but the scenery is really great. You're up on these ridge lines, and again, some of these gradients were super steep, so you get up real high, real fast. And then after a while, too, it almost felt like part of the ride had us out in, it felt like a park. It felt more like being back in Michigan or in the Allegheny National Forest. There were just sections where, at first there were tons of barns and farms and rolling cornfields and all that, but there were other sections where it just felt wooded and more remote. So really unique, lots of little creeks, crossings, and stuff like that. A thing to note if you did come out to do this ride is there were no amenities on this loop. Maybe you could modify it to get somewhere where there's a gas station or a store, but we didn't pass a single one following the route. It was planned until we were 2 miles back from the start at Woolly Pig. So bring extra water, bring your snacks and food. We actually did a really good job on the snack and food thing for a change. We brought some wraps, and I bring candy. I think Ben and Aaron had some sports nutrition stuff, but I only had 2 bottles on the bike, and that was really cutting it close. I mean, I was out of water with 6 miles to go. Good thing is a lot of this is shaded. Some of the climbs are exposed. We're lucky this wasn't the most humid day like it's been lately, but 2 bottles was not enough. I could have got by with 3. I think most people, like from the way I talked to other cyclists, would have wanted 4.
I dedicate this ride to Cassia. This is not the Tourmalet, but it's really hard for me.
It's your Tourmalet.
It's my Tourmalet. There's like seven Tourmalets on this ride for me.
You could probably bring a filter and filter from some of the creeks, but I would plan to bring the water you need and the food you need if you're going to do this route as we did it. Of course, that route is linked that we did below my Strava profile, so you could check it out if you want to. So yeah, beautiful day out with just really, really awesome ride. Like I said, stunning scenery. We ended the day, you know, because we parked at Woolly Pig. So going back there, this is a really cool brewery. At the end of this video, you'll see the views of it again, like with this awesome outdoor space, obvious Woolly Pigs to check out. And they're a German-style lager brewing place. So you're not going to get a bunch of hazy IPAs or anything like that. But what they do really, really well. It's crazy. As soon as we got back, the sky darkened and then it started pouring. Some thunder, a little bit of lightning. So our timing was so lucky. I didn't think it was supposed to rain. I only looked up the weather for home. You know, this is about an hour, 20-minute drive from Cuyahoga Falls, Akron. So, but yeah, some weather moved in. It poured for a while, but then it also cleared off again. The sun came out, which made for some cool photos, which I'll show here at the end. But yeah, if you have the opportunity, go do this. But we really had a great day out. This was a cool route. Like I said, I've been in this region of Ohio a bit and done some really pretty rides, but the way Scott had planned for this to stay to like a lot of gravel roads made it extra unique. So check out our little store below if you want some stickers, t-shirts to help support the channel. Channel memberships are always a thing that really help the channel out a lot. And then coming up next, I have a video about riding at West Branch, which is pretty different because it was the absolute roughest surface for mountain biking I've ever ridden on, whereas this was the chunkiest gravel for a gravel ride I've ever gone on. So yeah, subscribe for all that, hit that like button. Thanks everyone. I will see you in the next video.
and in last place.